Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we are looking at replacing the crate for our dogs. If you've seen my previous video on the Harbor Freight plastic welder, I tried to repair the plastic tray inside the crate because it's got a crack right through the middle of it, and I was afraid that the dog's toes might get stuck in it. I still don't know if that's the case because one of our Jack Russells has broken a couple of his toes, as you can see right here. From this x-ray, his toe is literally snapped in half. So I don't know if it's because of that or if it's something else. I even tried wrapping the edges of the crate through both entrances. I tried to wrap that with Kydex to reduce the amount of snag points. We still don't know how it's happening, but we also want to have more room for them. If you don't know, what we do is our back patio, I have it enclosed. There's a grass, like an area of synthetic grass over on this end where they can use the restroom and stuff like that, but they don't have full access to the entire backyard while we're gone. Then we close the crate so they can come inside and get some cool air, and then they can go outside on the back patio, but they don't have free range of the house to tear stuff up, and they don't have free range of the backyard because, surprisingly enough, my 12-pound Jack Russell, she can scale up the 6.5-foot block wall and hang on the edge of it, and if we were to leave her out there by herself, she would get over it and end up in somebody else's backyard or the alley or whatever else. So she'd disappear. So that's why we have it set up like that. It also keeps them from leaving landmines all over the backyard, so it's easier to enjoy the backyard and easier to cut the grass. So that's what we're attacking today. So this is what it looks like when we're getting ready to leave. As you can see, they're a little cramped in there. These two are a little taller than the crate is, so they can't stand up or sit up all the way when they're sitting down. And when all four of them are in there, it gets a little tight. So instead of buying a new crate because they're specific sizes, and as you go bigger, they get taller, longer, and wider. So I'm gonna build one that doesn't come out any further this way, but is gonna be taller and it's gonna be longer this way. So it'll still stay in this confined area because this is a walkway right here. So that's the plan. And obviously Rimshot doesn't wanna be stuck in there, so I'm gonna let her out. Okay, so at this point I got a lot of pieces cut, and I want to show you some of the tools I'm using here. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, this is the Kreg kit. It's a pocket hole jig, and it creates pocket holes instead of, when you're attaching two pieces together, instead of going down like this, you go in from the back side like that, and it can hide the screws, and then you don't have any patching. If you do it right and you do this on the bottom side or the back side, you don't even really have to patch these. You can. I don't, because, like, for instance, this is the bottom side of the crate and I have pocket holes here, so it's going to be flipped over. You won't even see it. And these are going to be on the inside. This is the outside. So I won't need to patch these either, so it makes it really easy. So with this clamp here, I think this is the old style. Yesterday at Lowe's, it looks like the style's changed a little bit, but it slides onto the clamp, and you can just clamp it onto the board really easy. Like that. And here's the drill bit, and it slides down inside there. You have it set for different depths of material. You slide these gray pieces back and forth. I know it's probably really hard to see, but it has markings on it. It's set to 3/4 inch depth because it's 3/4 inch plywood, and these boards are about 3/4 inches deep. And then the box also has a jig so that you can set this collar at the depth of the material that you're using. So it slides back and forth, and it's set for 3/4 inch depth material. So it makes it really easy. And for example, instead of buying a whole nother sheet of plywood, I needed a piece this size, and I was able to just create these pocket holes and screw 2 pieces together and make the size piece that I need. This will be the back side so you won't see it. And this will be the side that you do see. And once there's paint on it, you probably won't even see this seam. And that's where we're at right now. We're gonna take this stuff inside where it's not quite so warm and the sun's going down, so we're just gonna go inside and do some lazy painting before we start assembling. At this point, we're getting close to being finished. Only got a few more things to do. Gotta mount the door, which is going to be a barn-style sliding door. And we gotta do a little bit more painting. For the panels, what I did is just dismantled the crate that we had and used those. But because of the size of it, I could only get 2 full panels out of the pieces of crate that I had, and then I had to figure something out for one of the ends. So that's what I did over here. And I had to do something similar for the door. So we're just about done. The backside looks kind of ugly because of all the pocket holes in it. We still got to go back and at least throw some paint in all those holes. I'm not going to fill them in and sand them because this is the backside and you won't see it. This hole is to line up with the doggy door on the wall. And then on the other side is to come into the house. So to just be a straight pass-through. Okay, so I just got home from flight training and wanted to show you the finished product of our DIY dog crate. So you can see that the height of it is taller than the last one. Comes up to about my waist. And obviously it's wider, but the depth is about the same. And so here's how it works. We just slide the door closed so that way it doesn't swing open and get in the way and interfere with the walkway here. And we just latch it like that. And so as you can see, there's a straight shot from the opening straight out through the doggy door and outside. And I thought I'd take a little bit of time to put some paw prints in there because why not? Here's what it looks like from this end. We're trying to figure out what to do for the floor, and we ended up doing just these like peel and stick vinyl wood look tile. I don't know if I'd really call it tile, but peel and stick wood look vinyl. It was really easy to work with. I like the way it turned out, and it gives the bottom of the crate some protection so that their nails don't just scratch up the wood or anything like that, or cut through the paint. Or I just used some angle channel on the edges to keep the door from coming out. And found this track on Amazon. The first one that we got was way too big. I mean, it was huge. So we were able to find this. I didn't even have to cut this bar down because it was already 48 inches. So it fit perfect. I used some different screws that it came with, and we just got to put some black paint on them. But so I guess that's all I got for our DIY dog crate. Thanks for watching, and I guess I got to get back to studying.